...2024 PFL Semifinals, Week 1, Heavyweight and Women's Flyweight Weekend. We have two moneymakers in this card. Let's get into it.
You're listening to Submission Script.
Before we start the picks, hit the subscribe button so that we can go to Muhammad Makaya's UFC farewell party. Today we'll be gentlemen and let the ladies go first. The first money fight will be in the opening bout of the main card between 22-7-0 Liz Gorilla Carmouche and 21-3-0 Taila Santos. Liz Carmouche has a distinction of being the first female fight in the UFC on February 23, 2013 against Ronda Rousey. She had a mixed record until her move to Bellator, where she began her current 9-fight win streak. Carmouche is a brawler with good takedown defense and a healthy amount of ground game skills. She'll be standing against recently UFC-separated Taila Santos, who nearly took a championship belt off of Valentina Shevchenko. Taila is highly skilled in Muay Thai, kickboxing, and BJJ. She is a calculated precision striker and can wrap up her challengers, sucking the life out of them like an anaconda. The odds have number 3 seed Carmouche at +180 and number 2 seed Santos at -220. While the odds makers surely must be taking the technical skill and a 9-year younger age of Santos into account, we see the full throttle brawl style and sturdy takedown defense of Carmouche a stronger indicator of a win. Carmouche will stun Santos enough to keep her off her technical striking and ground game, leaving Santos susceptible to a knockout or submission. In the co-main event, number 4 Jena Bishop will attempt to survive a calculated beating from completely undefeated Dakota Ditcheva. When we say undefeated, we mean Ditcheva has a perfect record even in her amateur career. Ditcheva took 2 first-round wins to put up 12 points on the PFL board. She is thin and tall for a flyweight, but she executes her craft to a science. We wouldn't be surprised to learn that she punches target bags in her sleep. Jena Bishop, on the other hand, has suffered 1 loss during the season, but won her spot by scoring 6 points after a first-round armbar against Chelsea Hackett. Ultimately, Bishop will stand and trade blows with Ditcheva for most of the fight, but will catch a TKO or decision loss in the end. On to the big boys. We'll mix it up to start with the main event fight between number 1 seed Denis Goltsov and number 4 seed Tim Johnson. Denis Goltsov is an elite fighter at any level and might warrant a pound-for-pound best inside the PFL. Goltsov has height and muscle to drop the big contender straight to the mat. He dominates in jiu-jitsu and wrestling as well, so he's a serious double threat. On the other side of the cage, Tim Johnson is lucky to be in the playoffs with a single-fight quick 6 win against Danilo Marquez. Where Goltsov is a heavyweight from muscle, Johnson is a heavyweight from cushion. He'll wind up on the ground at some point and won't be able to get out of the pressure from Denis Goltsov without a tap or a ref wave off. Your money is safe on Goltsov. Before we get to the final fight and big money maker for the evening, tap the subscribe button so you don't miss a bet boost for UFC, PFL, and ONE Championship fights. In the second fight of the main card, we find Linton Vassell as a sub-in for Valentin Moldavsky, who had to miss the playoffs for visa issues. Vassell will be taking on Sambo practitioner Oleg Popov for a spot in the heavyweight finals. The odds have Popov with a -265 and 1 win, 1 loss Vassell with a +205. However, Vassell is built for brawling and plays fairly well at the floor level. Popov doesn't strike well and depends on his sambo for wins. Like Carmouche, Vassell is aggressive and hits hard and will likely tag up Popov significantly before Popov can make any significant headway on the ground. Popov does well against slightly smaller or lighter fighters who can't push him off, but Vassell has the arm, leg, and body strength to move Popov on the ground. Put a healthy bet on Vassell, and he should do well for the night. Before you go, catch the 304 recap up now, and don't forget to train hard, fight hard, and never tap out.